A very large portion of immigrant children are unaccompanied. They don't even come with their families. So there's no family to separate them from. They're unaccompanied. They backpack or use a van filled with random other people, and they're unaccompanied. They don't even have their guardians with them. And all this mainstream hype controversy. Let me tell you something. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Okay? Illegal immigrant children and illegal immigrant adults have been being put into detention camps since Obama's presidency. Even before that. You know, they've been being put into detention camps for a very long time. Yet, the mainstream media is only going to talk about it now. You know, all these stupid media outlets and all these stupid people on YouTube, they're only talking about it now to sow more division, to divide the people more. Nobody understands that? Personally, I think American media outlets and American politicians are being treasonous at this point. What they're doing is treason because they have been ignoring real problems in America forever. They just ignore them, and they don't give the real issues publicity. They don't talk about the real issues, okay? Ignoring and suppressing information is one of their biggest weapons. It's one of their biggest weapons. Right? If only they talked about Americans and American problems as much as they talk about illegal immigrant problems, maybe America would be a bit better of a place to be for Americans. When we look here, 88% of missing sex-trafficked children come from United States foster care. Right? You know how many children go missing each year, are abused each year, are murdered each year, are taken from their families and put into child care services or foster care services? You know how many families are essentially ripped apart because of this? You know how many parents that happen to smoke marijuana get their children taken away from them? They get their children taken from them, right? But I haven't really seen people talk about this much. Because as usual, all the gatekeeping channels out there are just too busy talking about bullshit. They're too busy talking about bullshit. Like, what do you think is going to happen when you illegally cross a border with your children? What do you think is going to happen? How come nobody feels sorry for Americans anymore? Americans should care about Americans. Yeah, you can care about illegal immigrants and illegal immigrant children also, but what else do you want to do with them? What else do you want to do with them? I think the only better alternative to putting these immigrants and their children in camps is simply shipping them back to the country that they came from. This article says right here, children are dying at an alarming rate in foster care. Nobody's bothering to investigate. This is from last year. This is from October 2017, right? Have I heard anybody really talk about it at all? No, not really, right? Because everybody's too busy talking about illegal immigration, children. What do you think happens to American families who commit crimes in other countries? What do you think happens to them? What do you think happens to American families in America that break the law and get their children taken away? What do you think happens to American children whose parents break the law and go to jail? What do you think? They just let the child stay in the house and hang out? No, they take the child away and they send them to foster care. Maybe it would be more responsible for these illegal immigrant families to, instead of illegally crossing borders with their children, getting into 100-mile-an-hour car chases, trying to flee from the border patrol, maybe it would be more responsible for them to stay in their home countries and maybe try and make them better. I don't know, maybe apply for aid in your home country, maybe protest in your home country, maybe do something in your own country. No, but they think it's moral and responsible to run away They run away from their problems in their home country to make America worse and to be a burden on the American system. And it's just ridiculous. It is just ridiculous, okay? This is ridiculous. Nobody gets right to the simple point that all these illegal immigrants trying to flee their home countries and come to America, why aren't they just staying in their home countries trying to make it better? Try to make it better, right? Do Americans have anywhere to flee to when shit gets rough? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think there's too many places that welcome fleeing Americans, right? I don't think there's too many countries that provide incredible amounts of aid to fleeing Americans who illegally come into their country. If there is, let me know. So thank you for listening and watching. Take care.